moving right along. That's the temperature in Fahrenheit. That is the humidity. This is one of my favorite ways to lazily keep a plant alive. I forgot about this guy, however, and then a lot of these lids are interchangeable. So this is glass, and I don't even know if it's a lid. It might be a bowl, right? I don't know, but it works. And this is a plastic container that had pistachio nuts in it one Christmas. This is a brassivola in here. It does not look happy. I can tell it's thirsty. It broke off when I was repotting the other one, but it's still growing. That's a new root. Hello, little baby. You're tiny compared to the other ones. I'm sorry. Yeah, so not super worried about that because I have the regular, my plant that it broke off of. Brassivola nodosa from Fantasy. And, you know, this thing's really cool. It kind of blooms in winter, around Christmas, New Year's Eve even. And I haven't killed it. But I don't think I've necessarily done well with it. These new growths really have a tendency to break off easily. I've really been supplementing with calcium, magnesium, and, you know, regular food and kelp food. So I'm impressed. These are looking good. They're not looking like they're just going to break off. And I repotted it at an appropriate time. It is thirsty, but these things are hardy. Hardy, har. And so you see this here. This is a new one. The sheath here. This is where the flower comes out of. And it's one of those nighttime smellers. It's white, beautiful, and smells wonderful at night. This has bloomed for me with a lot of neglect. Let's just say that. You gotta be hardcore to be in my family. Next. This is a Phalaenopsis that it's actually my boyfriend's. However, I think he just got it because he knew I liked orchids, and it gave me something to do when I came to visit him. It's happy. It's just in leca. I think at the top I added a little bit of bark instead of like sphagnum moss because it is so freaking dry. I really don't have 100% luck with the leca or the hydrogen pellets. And I hate it when they come poking out of there. I feel like they're gonna die and I need to cut it open and let it live free. Ooh, let's see. I think that's from sun actually, or that's weird. It feels like blistering. This leaf is kind of small. It's a little midget compared to the other leaves that I grew. I've had it for a couple years. So, you know, good old Phalaenopsis. They handled the abuse. And I just have it in here so that when I water it. You know, it has added humidity and it can have some water at the bottom and blah, blah, blah. This guy, this is my first keiki. I think that this flower is really ugly. I don't even like this flower, but it's a curious experiment. I can't just let it go. The mother plant died. I'm pretty sure that, you know, it's not getting any nutrients from down here. I probably need to separate them and do something with that. But, you know, they're doing okay and not at the top of my list. No, I'm not OCD. This guy is a fairly typical, it's like kind of that peachy color. Not the cool peachy, but like the washed out peachy of a miniature Phalaenopsis. I've had it for several, this is actually an original water culture. It's the only plant that I still have that I tried water culture with, I'm pretty sure, back then. And it's okay. It's going crazy. I don't want to deal with it. Even if it were to die, I wouldn't care. I think the only reason that this survived in water culture was because I would water it in 29% H2O2. And as we all know, H2O2, the hydrogen peroxide, it fades fast. You lose the strength of the chemical whatever. But it helps with the blackness. It helps get rid of the rot. So I would water it. I would keep it in water, H2O2, 29%, and it did great. Yeah, it has a tendency to just always get dark around this stuff. It bugs me. I'm like, come on, stay clean. Because I think that when this grows, it's going to start to get nasty and spread. But there's roots down in there, and that looks like a bottle. But look at how fat those little chips are. And it blooms super easy. This bloomed this last year, and I didn't cut it off because it's still green. So maybe next year I'll have 2 spikes. On your marks, get set, go. This is another Hoya I have. When I got it, it was only, that big. I don't know enough about Hoyas. That's what that is. I haven't repotted it. It seems just fine. It seems to be growing. And actually, it seems like I really should figure out something for it to climb, because it grows these roots like cray-cray. See that? All along it. So it wants to grab something. I need to satisfy it. This is my other begonia. It's an assortment. But these leaves are so cool. I couldn't resist. I got this from Tagawa Gardens also. This probably needs to be repotted. It goes thirsty fast. And these leaves are hairy and soft. It's almost like that Indian toilet paper in the wild. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I really dig that plant. Oh, here's a Shadrach, Meshach, or Abednego. Let's see. Him. Let me just get him. All right, get out of the way, little boy. Alrighty, that's awesome. Blink tag. Dry, needs to water it. Anytime they get crunchy, I water them. This is a really cool one. Neophoenicia falcata. What is that? Chuteno crossed with Koto. It must be important because I got 2 tags with it. However, this thing grows so stinking slow. See that new growth? Woohoo! I've had it for 2 years. And that is the extent. It's growing. The new growth is growing. I'm super excited. However, ooh, see that root? This is, I think, my favorite that I have of the Neophoenicias because the roots are ruby. When they grow, when it is in its growing happiness, oh, that seems stuck. I don't want to move it. And that root seems like it's sticking it. Might have to do something about that. But it has those beautiful ruby roots. And I am happy and pleased with how this is coming along. I've never seen it bloom. But it was a seedling when I got it. I think I'm kind of done with seedlings. I'm going to be very particular about the seedlings that I have in the future because all it means is it's a longer time for me to kill them. And odds are I'm going to kill it, unfortunately, with my lifestyle currently. So, anyway, I like to do stuff like this. This is, it's actually got shelving. See how it has the rollers on the bottom? So it has shelving and another one of these on the other side. So it's like shelves. This is something I got from Goodwill. It's probably like a candle holder. It had these in it. But a little bit of tweaking and it works really well for certain size plants. And on the other side, oh my gosh, I can't get into all of these. Tolumnia, Tarantula, Dendrobium, you know, the Tarantui. That one. Ooh, this one. Let's talk about this one. Because it still has the tag. I got this from Andy's Orchids, which was a blast. I highly encourage anybody to go to Andy's Orchids. But this is a collagenol. And I have never seen anybody talk about it, I don't think. Collagenol monorachis. And I like how the tags say stuff like temperature, intermediate warm, light, bright shade, water. mounted daily watering. I don't know. It doesn't like to be dried out, that's for sure. And it is dry. I have come so close to seeing the bloom on this for like 3 years in a row. Do you see how this leaf, it actually grows a centerpiece, and that's what grows that's the stem of the flower. So I have mistreated this thing super poorly this year. It's like ultra fragile. I've either broken these off or the leaf off. I haven't killed it yet. It's a trooper. And it's going to be gorgeous one day. It's got these beautiful copper leaves. And from what I've seen online, the flowers look super delicate, which they probably are. That's why I've killed so many of them. But it blooms. I just haven't seen it. And it continues to grow, which I'm happy for. So I really like this. It probably needs to be repotted because I've had that in there a couple years. Ooh. Ooh, let's talk about this. Oh, what's that guy's name? I think he's in Ireland or England. I don't know. The one that has the bulbos. And this was his idea. I repotted this. It has orchiata bark and some sphagnum moss, and then just some of this coconut coir on top. And I had to punch it in. This is the pink flower that looks like a candy cane on my picture on my channel. And I thought there was no way I could kill this because it's so rambunctious. But the first time I repotted it, I think I almost killed it. And I'm just trying to bring it back still because it had so many new growths that I didn't realize and I wasn't cautious with. And they all broke off. So this is all that's left. And I have no doubt that it will come back and be happy. Because it is a fighter. Oh, that's a tall thing. What else? Oh, this is not an orchid. It's one of those cool, I don't know. Danny has one, but it gets these cool flowers that look like dragon's tongues or something. I don't know. Ooh, okay. This one doesn't have its tag. I got it from Andy's Orchids. It's thirsty. It reminds me of a Tolumnia, but it's not. You probably will never know what this is. Just kidding. Oh, dang it. I'm sad about this guy. It took a tank quickly. It's been really hardy, but you see all those roots, how it grows? There was leaves. Oh, this is that. Yep, go for it. It had leaves like this all the way along there. And then I don't know what I did to it, but one day they were just all rotted off. However, it does not look like the stem is rotted at all. So I have hope for this. I didn't kill it. It's a trooper. I think we'll see on that one. This guy is a Dendrobium leonis. I had this blooming last year in a few months, closer to like Christmas time or right around New Year's Eve. And the flowers are so unremarkable that I didn't even know it was blooming until I really stared at it, because it's like neutral, the same kind of colors, and it's small, but the leaves are so cool on that I don't care. I'll just know to keep an eye on it. And it's thirsty as well. There's another Tulumnia. Oh, here's my Renanthera. Monahika. When I got it, I've had it a couple years also. I got it from the Orchid Society. It's a seedling, I'm sure. It's zip tied into this pot. I've since then, with some chunky bark, I since then have added this outer container just to kind of provide some more humidity. And every time I water this guy, it always comes floating out. It bugs me. So I secured it right there. I think this guy's pretty hardy, but like I said, it was a seedling when I got it, and I have no idea when it's gonna grow. Bloom, let's say. Aren't those weird roots? Kind of reminds me of a Schilleriana. All right, I better stop it and start it over. Okay, next one coming up.